And in the UK, criticism is growing around the Chinese state's handling of the pandemic. Several prominent Conservative politicians are now pushing for a rethink of the UK's relationship with the Chinese Communist Party. NTD's Jane Worrell reports from London.
Standing in for Boris Johnson, the UK Foreign Minister on Thursday night, saying there will be hard questions for China.
In relation to China, look, I think there absolutely needs to be a very, very deep dive after the event review of the lessons, including of the outbreak of the virus, and I don't think we can flinch from that at all.
In 2015, former Finance Minister George Osborne, under the Conservative Prime Minister David Cameron, declared a so-called golden era between the UK and China. The pandemic has cast a stark new light on such ties. A growing chorus of British politicians are voicing their concerns over the UK's relationship with the Chinese Communist state.
So I think all this is going to very much change the image of China with many members of Parliament, and there will absolutely be a rethink on our relationship.
The UK's decision to allow Huawei a role in its 5G network earlier this year sparked concern from the US, its allies, and politicians from within Johnson's Conservative Party. Huawei's links with the Chinese Communist Party are well documented. The UK government has said that Huawei is a high-risk vendor and also allowed them a role in the 5G network, capped at 35%.
I think the government's been misadvised. I hope that events of recent weeks will have really woken them up to the danger of being beholden on a company which is so closely run by the Chinese Communist government.
Lord William Hague, former UK Foreign Minister, warned at a webinar on Wednesday that the UK can't be reliant on technology from China because the country doesn't play by our rules.
And I think the mood in this country vis-à-vis China, or perhaps one should say vis-à-vis the Chinese Communist Party, because one shouldn't really conflate necessarily the two, is definitely less forgiving than it was. China needs the rest of the world as much as the rest of the world needs China. So I think that we need to look at that Huawei decision again.
US lawmakers have slammed the UK's decision about Huawei, with Washington repeatedly warning London about Huawei's security risks. A Number 10 spokesperson said the UK government's position on Huawei hasn't changed. Jane Worrell, NTD News, London.